Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this one we are going to be looking at a bit of a Tamiya classic, which is the British Special Air Service Jeep, or the SAS Jeep, as it's more commonly known. So this is one of their first releases, real classic, but still available. So kit number is 35033, and then obviously we've got the pictures on the side. We've got a bit of what else is available as well, or was available. I think a couple of these have been discontinued now, to be perfectly honest, and superseded. I think you still get the 88. So again, typical Tamiya box of its time. Nice white box, not too big either. So quick look inside. So obviously a set of instructions which we will have a look at, and let's get rid of that box, and a bag with, looks like 3 sprues in it. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. So instructions wise, so typical of Tamiya at the time, we have got the Japanese set, okay, which is just a duplicate of what we're going to have. So you've got the Japanese set of instructions, bit of Tamiya tech tips, as they call it, so just help you along with assembly and tools you might need, all things for the beginner really. So okay, and again a bit of thing on painting on the back, removing sprues and all sorts. So yeah, so that's mainly for the beginner. So the main instructions itself, so typical Tamiya of its time, there's a lot of information there obviously about the Jeep and where they were used and everything. Nice sort of history lesson there for you, and it's the Tamiya way of instructions of opening them out. So one sheet fits all basically. So starting off, number one, chassis as you normally do, and all the springs and axles. Again, this, I don't think this kit will take a lot to put together. And then moving on to all the wheels assembly. Again, there's upgrades for these if you did want to go down that route. Then you're going on to the body and the tub, all the back there, and the spare wheels and the sand ramp. There is a name for them and I can't remember, I do apologise. But yeah, for getting you out to deep sand. Then we're moving on to obviously an exhaust system and some strengthening bars, and then okay, bonnet and dashboard, and I presume that's a compass, I think. Radiator and grille, and then obviously for just body, got a couple of figures with that, which we'll have a look at. I presume they're a little bit dated now, with obviously, you know, as technology's moved on, but you do get a couple of figures. All your machine guns there, you got your Vickers machine gun setup, and all your jerry cans, which is for the equipment in the back. And we'll just flip it over, and then obviously you get your ammunition boxes and your magazine cases, drum cases, and all your duffel bags and all the stuff that they carried, and then a water condenser as well, which sticks on the front, and that is about it. Again, not, what is it, 10 parts to that, so should be a fairly, like I say, straightforward build. Can't see any problems with that. Again, no engine in there, but you know, unless you're doing a broken down one, you wouldn't really need one anyway. So moving on to the back, obviously it will just give you a rundown of what all the parts are, which is a nice touch. So you've got your Brownings or your Vickers, camouflage net, everything they were carrying really. So there you go, and a nice picture there of the SCF crew itself, so Sterling and I think probably Paddy Main and the rest of them. So again, if you've not watched it or you've not read the book Rogue Heroes, highly recommended. Obviously the BBC did a programme on the origins of the SAS, really good programme, and then obviously Ben McIntyre, I think it was, did the book on them, which I've just listened to as an audio book. Really interesting history of the SAS. So yeah, I digress a bit, but yeah, there you go. So that's the instructions. So we'll just move on to the parts. So thank you, Tamiya. You've got a stapled bag Right, so we'll start off with this sprue because it's the first out of the bag. So you've got your wheels there, obviously all your jerry cans, and all your leaf springs and bits and bobs with that. There's the Vickers machine guns as well, which again, if you can find upgrades, might not be a bad idea. But all in all, straightforward, nice clean moulding. Can't see any flash. Usual, you know, these moulds are probably knocking on 50 years old now, so again, still nice and clean. No real faults that I can see off the bat. So yeah. Then we're moving on to the actual Jeep body itself. So you've got a bit of a gearbox underneath moulded in. Typical Tamiya, they mould as much in as they can, so you've not got loads of parts. Size of the body, obviously the axles here, steering wheel, all the grille in the bonnet. So again, all nicely cleanly moulded. Can't see any issues with that. Again, sort of rife for a bit of scratch building if needs be. But yeah, really nice and crisp. And then the last one is all the equipment and the figures. So again, you've got your brain gun there, like a Browning and an MP40. Must be captured. You've got your two figures, which, just putting them up to the camera again, are usable. I'll be kind, they're usable. You can probably go away with them with a nice paint job, and obviously they are moulded to fit actually in the Jeep itself. You want a bit of camouflage netting all rolled up again, you'd probably scratch build your own. Shovel, Thompson, and a few rucksacks and satchels. So again, not a lot to it, like I said before, but it's all there to make a nice kit. So that is the quick review of the British SAS Jeep.